Hi everybody, in this tutorial I'm going to go ahead and talk about how to add students to the Google Classroom. Let's jump into it. All right, so this one should be very simple and very straightforward, simply getting students into your Google Classroom. Now, keep in mind, if you watched my overview, I pretty much showed you what that looked like, and I showed you the two main options you have. So for this one, I'm going to go a little bit deeper and actually show you the process as far as the teacher and the student side. All right. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and actually pause for a second. Let me just remind you, because I'm now looking at my screen. On the left-hand side, that is the teacher view. On the right-hand side, where you see the little pink A right there, that's going to be the student view for this example. All right. Now let's jump into it. All right. Okay. So in the people section, I have the students section right here. Now, the first option that I have, I guess not first, but one of the options I have is inviting students via email. All right. So if you have their email, all you need to do is click the little icon, little guy, plus sign, to add the student, right? So I'm going to go ahead and paste this in and hit enter. And then I'll be able to click invite. Now, keep in mind, if you have a full list of students, you can definitely plug them all in at one time, and it will send out multiple invites just to make it a little bit easier. All right. So let me go ahead on the teacher side, send out that invitation. Give it a second. All right. So now I'm going to transition to the student side, where hopefully inside of the Gmail, the inbox, we should have the invitation and should be able to join. So if I switch over to the inbox, yeah, I can now see that there's a class invitation. And let me kind of pull this out a little bit. And this is what they'll see. You'll say, hello, so-and-so has invited you. Do you want to join? So all the student has to do is click the button. Give it a second to redirect. Yes, join this class. And they are now inside of the class. All right. So if I go back to the teacher side right over here, which it hasn't updated yet, so I'll just go ahead and refresh that. I can now see that the student has accepted that invitation. They are now inside of the Google Classroom. Okay. So, yeah. So, one way, like I said, if you don't have the students in the classroom and you can't just pop up that code, you can send out that email to invite your students. Okay, so let me go ahead and jump into the other way I just mentioned, using the class code. Now, before I do that, let me go ahead and remove myself from this classroom. So if you want to remove a student, very simple. All you have to do is click on that student right there. You can do this check box up here if you want to. Can't talk. Check everybody. But yeah, so this one right here, and then actions. I want to go ahead and remove them from the classroom. You can email them. You can also mute them as far as if they aren't very good at leaving appropriate comments. But let's go ahead and remove and remove. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is the class code. So this is really simple. Now, the Google Classroom, as I mentioned in the overview, is going to give you one standard class code. You can access that in a lot of places. You have it right here in the people section. You also have it on your stream. Cool thing about the one here, like I mentioned in the overview, you can enlarge this one, and you also have that code available in your class settings, which would be right up here. All right. Hopefully I didn't do that too fast. But anyways, with this one, as long as the student has the code, they can get in. So if you're in a classroom, you could easily project this code and make it as big as you need it to be for them to see. Or if you want to send them the code however you wish, you send them this code, they go to the Google Classroom and they plug it in. All right. So just to show you that real quick, I'll go ahead and copy this code. Let me go back to the student view, all right, which is the one right here. And yeah, all they have to do is click that plus button to join a class, not create a class. to join a class and plug in that code. Now, keep in mind, if there's one little thing off with that code, it will not go through. So I've had plenty of times, and let me click join on that, where I gave students that code and they said, it's not working, it's not working. And of course, it's just that one letter or one number that they have off. So Google doesn't mess up. So if they're not getting into the classroom, their code is wrong. All right. But yeah, so now the student is in the classroom and they are ready to go. Okay, so with this, I'm going to go ahead and end it. Getting students in the classroom. First way is you can invite